Hey everybody, I'm Lisa Taylor, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my story and my experience in real estate and what brought me here. So I am 51 years old. I've been a teacher for 27 years now, and I have always been passionate about real estate, design, loved houses, obsessed about being on realtor.ca or realtor.com. Couldn't get enough of real estate. I started investing in real estate at a young age and bought some investment rental properties in my hometown. And I decided after 22 years of teaching that I was going to give this real estate thing a shot, because although I love teaching and it is part of who I am, real estate was also calling. So 4 years ago, I got my real estate license. As my kids got a little bit older, I've got 4 kids. The oldest is 21, the youngest is 17. So as my kids got a little bit more independent, I decided to focus on real estate. And initially, I decided to do that just because I wanted to be able to manage my properties better and also to save commissions. If I was going to buy and sell my own, why not get the commissions for myself? Problem is, I love it. I don't do anything really halfway. If I want to do a triathlon, I do an Ironman. If I decide to start running, I've got to train and do a marathon. So there is nothing that I do halfway. Real estate is no exception. So for the past 4 years, I have been teaching full-time and doing real estate. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about how my experience was when I first started. So I decided to join a brokerage that was a small boutique brokerage in my hometown, and I went purely out of loyalty. I didn't ask any questions. I didn't ask, what can you do for me? What kind of training am I going to get? What are the benefits of coming to your brokerage? I went there because that's where my agent was. That's where my real estate agent who helped me find my homes and my investment properties was. It was a mistake. I was not supported. I did not feel as though, as a brand new real estate agent, I was receiving any training whatsoever. I felt completely alone because it was a small brokerage. There weren't a lot of people to ask for help, and it was a short-lived mistake. So I eventually left there after about 8 months and went to Century 21. This was a great place to be. I felt much more supported. I enjoyed the team atmosphere. I enjoyed getting help from the other agents. However, since I was still teaching full-time, I really didn't get an opportunity to go into the office and connect with people the way I wanted to. But I was happy there. I didn't intend on leaving. I thought, okay, well, I can make this work. This is great. And in that year with Century 21, I made more from real estate than from my teaching job. And in Canada, in Ontario, teachers get paid quite well, and we have a pension, which I will get to later. So I thought, great, I've made more than my teacher salary, fantastic, I'm doing really well, I will stay here. Hadn't yet heard of eXp. So a colleague who I had worked with on a transaction sent me an email. He was considering going to eXp, wanted to know my opinion about it, asked me to check it out, do some research, and like I always do, I educate myself. I researched everything. I went online to their website. I watched every YouTube video I possibly could. I absorbed and watched and read everything I possibly could. But it didn't take me long to make the decision. I was pretty blown away right from the get-go. And so what were the things that made me decide to go to eXp? It might surprise you to know that revenue share was not one of them. So let me talk about the things that did attract me. Number one, I really function well in a collaborative environment. I work well with a team. And the number one thing that attracted me to eXp is that the agents who attract you, who bring you on, they succeed when you succeed. They want you to do well. They are not your competitors. They truly want you to do as much business, buyers and sellers, as possible, because when you succeed, they succeed. And I cannot tell you enough how important that collaborative environment was. I love the fact that my next commission in a few days is a great commission, but my friend who brought me on also will get a piece of that. And I love that whole idea. I love that instead of my money going to all to the brokerage, the split goes to the people who brought me on, the reason why I'm with eXp. So collegiality, teamwork, everybody working together, everybody wanting the brokerage to do really well was huge. It was number one, in fact. The second reason for me, because I was teaching full-time, I still do, because I really couldn't attend an office. The cloud-based brokerage worked really, really well for me. And I'm not somebody who goes into the world or does any of that stuff. I email, I pick up the phone, I call people. I don't actually go into the world very often except to do training, which was another part of what attracted me. The ability to do training multiple times during the day so that I could fit it into my schedule because I'm teaching and doing real estate full-time as well. So those two things were really, really important. The third thing that attracted me was the, obviously, money. So what's the cut and what's the cap? Because even if it was the most collegial and teamwork and everybody's on your side and everybody's rooting for you and I got lots of training, didn't really matter if the bottom line cut and cap were not in line with where I had been before. So at eXp, the commission split is 80-20, so 80% to the agent, 20% to the brokerage. That 20% to the brokerage then goes to your upline so that most of your commission split is going to your upline. And then the brokerage gets some for its operating and to build a great company and to build value in the company stocks. So after you have reached your cap, which is $16,000, so you've contributed $16,000 from your commissions, then that is your cap. You've capped, and now from then on every transaction, you get 100% of your commissions and you pay an end fee of $285. So that was absolutely competitive with where I was. In fact, where I was a little bit better that way. However, the deciding factor was the fact that you can become an icon agent. So after, and I'm ambitious, so I plan on becoming an icon agent. So after you've reached cap, if you sell 20 more properties, or 20 more ends, you get all of that $16,000 in stocks, which is amazing. It's like you haven't paid any commission. So those were 3 so far, I think I'm at. The fourth is the stocks. And I joined 2 years ago. The stocks were at, I think, $5.90 US. So 2 years ago when I joined, yes, stocks was a thing, but it was always one of the last things I said. It was always, oh yeah, and you get ownership of the company. It wasn't a factor for me. And now it is. So now the stocks, when I checked 5 minutes ago, today were $148. They're headed for their first split in the middle of February so that agents can get, full stocks it works better for being able to divvy out those stocks when you're gifted them or when you've earned them. So I want to talk just a little bit about stocks because, as I said, this wasn't important to me in making my decision. Now it has become a real factor because I've just cashed out a bunch of stocks to put a deposit down, or actually more than half of the cost of a piece of property on the waterfront that I never would have been able to have otherwise. So I wanted to talk about those stocks a little bit and how you can earn them and how you can grow your stocks, your ownership in the company. So there's several ways that you can earn them. First one is every single year when you have your first sale of that year from in the year that you join, every single year, first sale, you get, what is it? I have to check here. 200 US, which is 270 Canadian. If you sponsor someone, if you've attracted someone, so that someone that you have brought in sells their first, you get 400 US worth of stocks. If you cap, meaning if you've contributed your 16,000 of your commission, you get 400 US in stocks. So that's what you can earn. Then if you icon, you can get your 16,000 in stocks. So those are 4 different ways that you can earn them. And for me, the biggest, most important one has been the ability to purchase stocks at a 10% discount. So every single time I have a commission, I'm able to purchase up to 5% of my commissions in stocks at a 10% discount. So even if the stocks aren't going up, I've made money on that day when that money goes into the stocks because I purchased them at 10% below market value. This is where I've accumulated most of the money from my stocks, is by contributing that 5%. And why wouldn't you? A lot of people aren't great at saving. Real estate agents are really not great at saving. And that is a really great savings account. It has become a really great savings account. I know there's a lot of people that are very frustrated by eXp agents posting their, oh my gosh, look at what the stocks are worth now. I understand that it may be, you may feel as though, oh, well, I've missed the boat. Absolutely not. There are ways to earn stocks and buy stocks at a discount that it just makes sense regardless of what it goes to, regardless of how much it climbs. And the fact is that all of the eXp agents are invested in really making this company grow. And it is. And it's not a company that is just about recruiting agents and the stock share ownership. We own the company. So there's a real investment in it. And it is growing. It is now, eXp agents had the number 3 amount of transactions last year. And that's crazy because we are at 40,000 agents worldwide at this point, and that's significantly lower than some other companies. So I think I've done 4. Sorry, I didn't script this because I wanted it to be as natural as possible because I want you to just get a sense of who I am. I'm not super comfortable in front of the camera, but I wanted to tell my story and why I chose eXp and why I really, really believe that it was the best decision I could have made. So I haven't yet mentioned revenue share as one of the reasons that I joined. And the reason for that is because I actually, when I joined, I had this discussion with my husband. I had to make the decision that revenue share could not be part of my decision-making process because I truly believed that I would never talk about eXp, approach anybody. It's not who I am. I'm not a cold caller. I'm not a door knocker. I don't want to engage with people to talk about something that they don't want to hear about. I'm not a pusher. I do not want anyone to ever see me and think, oh, here comes that eXp agent. She's going to come over and talk to me about that again. I'm out of here. So I made the decision to go into eXp knowing that revenue share would not factor into my decision. It doesn't mean that I didn't want to do revenue share. It didn't mean that I haven't considered that as an avenue of passive income. I absolutely have. I just haven't done anything about it. I've been with eXp for 2 years. One reason why I didn't focus on revenue share is because for 2 years I have been teaching full-time and building my real estate business. I am focused and still am focused on buying and selling, representing clients, going to show houses, listing houses, taking great photographs, marketing their house, and getting it sold. That's my main focus. And to be a full-time teacher and sell real estate is 2 full-time jobs. So I haven't focused on agent attraction. But 2 things changed. First of all, I am 4 years away from retirement from teaching. I have always had a pension plan in the background. I've always known my retirement date, 55 years old, 4 years away. I've always known that that is my fail-safe. I've got this pension plan. Real estate agents don't have that. I would love to be able to do real estate full-time, and I love it so much, I enjoy it so much, but I don't want to be doing it when I'm 75. I want to actually retire and enjoy that waterfront property that I bought. So I find right now that even when I'm sitting with my family, I'm constantly on my phone. The phone rings because I am very conscientious. I am very concerned about my buyers and my sellers, and doesn't matter what time of day, I will pick up that phone and I will answer it. I don't want to be doing that forever, but I do want to have the comfortable retirement, and I want a constant stream of income. And so I decided I had to face the fact that the revenue share portion of eXp was something that I really should tap into. I really should focus on it. So that was one thing that changed, was my mindset that I do want to be able to retire. I do want a passive income. eXp is growing like crazy. Why should I not get in on sharing what it's all about with other agents and hopefully attracting some to come join me? So that's one thing that changed. The other thing that changed is I found a way that I don't have to approach people. I only talk to people if they want to hear it. I will not call somebody and send them a video and say, hey, eXp is so awesome, or look at what our stocks are at today, or look who just joined eXp. I will only speak to people who seek me out, who come to me and want to know more, because it really is an awesome brokerage. It really is a great place to work. It really is a place where you feel very supportive, and there is great money to be made. And let's face it, that is a huge draw. Many, many, many people are doing extremely well with the revenue share portion of eXp, but it's only one avenue of making money within this company. So let's talk a little bit more about what that revenue share is. So it is if you bring people into the company, for example, if I bring 2 people in and they're in my first tier, I would, if each of those agents capped, I would get $2,800 a piece from their commissions. They don't pay me, but their split, their 20% that goes into eXp, $2,800 of that over the course of their time it takes to cap. And some people cap within a month. Some people take the whole year to cap. Some people don't. But I would get a little piece of that, 3.5% actually, of their 20% that goes into the company comes directly to me as their first tier. Now, what if they have people that are in? So I've got, let's say I've got 5 people, and then they've all brought people in. The next level in your tier 2 is 3.8% instead of 3.5. So you actually get a little bit more from your second level. And then it goes all the way to level 7. And in level 7, you actually get 4.5% of that 20% that comes into the company goes to, so the person that is 7 up from me would get that 4.5% all the way up until I cap. Now, what happens when your agents that you've attracted cap? Well, you've been paid out all your money at that point. So you aren't getting any more money from that person during that year. And the year starts when they join and then ends 1 full year later from when they join. So your revenue stream can keep going all year long. Now, I know that the first thing a broker is going to say, if they are wanting to keep you at their brokerage and not wanting you to go to eXp, the very first thing that many people say, and also many people online, people who hear about eXp for the first time, it's a pyramid scheme. I realize that. That is certainly a valid way to look at it. However, every business is a pyramid scheme. Every brokerage is a pyramid scheme. Where does all the money funnel up to in your brokerage? Do you get a piece of it? When that commission comes in from everybody, do you have any say in that? Do you get any of it? It all funnels up to the top of the pyramid, which is your broker or franchise owner. So most big business, I can't think of too many that are not actually set up that way, so the money flows one way right to the top. With eXp, at least on the way up, that money gets distributed to people that have contributed to building the company. And that's really how I see it, and that's really what it is. If I get rewarded for building the company and building equity and making those stock prices go up, I get rewarded through revenue share, I get rewarded through stock prices, I get rewarded by the value of the company going up. And so those were the reasons why I decided finally to start focusing on revenue share and to start focusing on attracting other agents to eXp. As I said, it did take me 2 years to start, to have a conversation, to explain how awesome I think eXp is. And why did it take me 2 years? Because I needed to make sure it was as awesome as I thought it was. I am not a person who is going to scream from the rooftops or sing. I forget what the saying is. Sing? Anyways, I'm not the kind of person who's going to say, hey, look what I have. It is so amazing. Everyone should have it. I truly believe that I needed to have confidence in it, love it, know what the brokerage offers, know what it can offer to brand new agents, and be able to support anyone who decided to join. So it took me 2 years to get to that point. I'm there now, and as I said, I'm a goal-oriented person. I do not do anything halfway, and I am ready to attract agents to eXp, to help them and support them. And when you join with me, you're my business partner. You are part of my team. When I say you're part of my team, it doesn't mean you pay me anything. It doesn't mean that I take a cut of your cut, and no, you are part of my team. I will do everything I can to help you succeed. I will help you with training. I've got workshops and courses and all sorts of social media training. I will help you get set up with your CRM, which is KV Core, which we are all eXp agents are able to use, and that is an incredible value. It's an incredibly powerful CRM. And I will help you get all of your accounts connected and set up so that everything is firing exactly as it should be. We have listing and buyer presentations. There's all sorts of things that you get from joining a team that is supportive. And this is what I was missing. I didn't want to be part of a traditional team. I didn't want to split my commissions with my brokerage and with my team. That was not of interest to me. But what was of interest to me was to really collaborate with a team. So the people that have brought me on, we share all of our resources. We share everything we've learned. It's a real collaboration, and we now share a virtual assistant, and we are able to work as a team without having to share, because not many real estate agents like to share, without having to share our money. So I just want to, for the first time, have an opportunity to talk to agents who want to talk and want to learn about eXp. So if you are interested, if you want to know more, even if you are interested in joining with your team or being part of an actual team, there's a whole structure for that. I personally was not interested in a traditional team, but there are traditional teams within eXp and within our structure and within the downline. So you are certainly welcome to join as a team. What I want to say is that if you want more information, if you want to chat with me, I'm super happy to have a one-on-one Zoom conversation or phone call if that makes you more comfortable. And I can explain all of the things that you would get from joining with me, partnering with me, being part of eXp, and I would love to chat. So down below, you can click the link to make an appointment with my Calendly, and we can have a half-an-hour conversation or longer if you want to discuss, and I can answer all of your questions about eXp, because as I said, I'm not interested in talking to someone who isn't interested. So there are 5 other videos up there. Check them out. Learn all you can, like I did. And then if you want to have a chat, please connect, book a time in my calendar, and I would love to talk with you.